What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. It's where we go back a week and give you all of your past 7 days of tech news videos in one single video. And in this video, we have so much information about the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4, the pre-orders, the release dates, some information that wasn't known, and so much more, even other devices as well. So enjoy this week, and we'll see you in the next one.
First story of the day is a magnificent deal on the Pixel 6 Pro. Now remember, the Pixel 6 Pro launched at what, $899 with 128 gigs of storage. Currently, $100 off right now on Amazon or the Google Store for $799, or if you want the 256, you can get that for $899. Link for the Amazon one is down below. If you want, buy it through that, I'll get a little kickback. And it's a fantastic phone, guys. If you're thinking about getting a Pixel phone, this is a great phone to get. Definitely the best phone to get from Pixel currently. Just know that the new ones are going to be out in October, and they're probably going to be very similarly priced, I would assume. If not, maybe a little bit more or maybe a little bit less, depending upon how they do it. But ultimately, it's going to be out in just 5 months or so. So if you do buy this, just be forewarned. But still, really cool phone. The only things I hold back from it are the brightness on the display. But they fixed a bunch of everything on here. They even released a big new update just this month alone. So check out the Pixel 6 Pro. It wouldn't be a day unless we had another case render of the next Z Fold 4 phones and what it's going to look like, and a comparison of it next to a Z Fold 3. So why don't we just get into it, because we know we're gonna do it anyway. Here it is, Z Fold 3 on the left, Z Fold 4 on the right. What are we looking for? If you're new to this, you shouldn't be. You should be able to tell me. It's wider. You just look at that Z Fold 4 on the right there, and you can check out the frame of the phone on the right where the main, the small display would be. You can see it's wider than the tall and skinny one on the Z Fold 3. And the overall display, the main display of the Z Fold 4 is also wider, and you can only really tell that if you see it side by side, but you can see it on the, you should be able to see it on the back here too, kinda as well, but definitely a little bit wider, a little bit shorter as well compared to the Z Fold 3. And this phone will be out in August, and I've released videos on 10 reasons to buy it. So what do you guys think about that? Story of the day is a deal for the Galaxy Z Fold 3. It's on Amazon, and it's one of the lowest prices you'll see. And this doesn't even include a trade-in. There's no trade-in offered here, but it's a really good price on the Z Fold 3. So this is on Amazon, and you can pick up a Z Fold 3 256 for $13.95 and get it delivered really, really quickly. And then also you can pick up a 256 for just a little bit more at $14.68. So get the 256 or the 512, and it's much reduced. You're saving like what is that, like $400 on either one of these bad boys. Available now. Now you might not want to buy these. Why? Because the Z Fold 4 is coming out in a few months now, so it is kind of a deterrent not to buy it. But this is, they probably will stop making the Z Fold 3 when the Z Fold 4 comes out, meaning the Z Fold 3 is basically going to be impossible to come out. And then, like, is it even worth it to get the Z Fold 4 when the Z Fold 3 is already here? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, so you choose, but ultimately there's a deal going on, link down below. Next up is about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and a variant of the phone that's going to come out that is going to be a very, very welcome, happy thing that a lot of you guys have been asking for. No, it's not one with an S Pen inserted. It is a specific storage, 1 terabyte of storage. Sam Mobile is exclusively revealing that Samsung will launch a 1 terabyte Galaxy Z Fold 4 variant. They don't have a ton of details on it, if it's going to be a specific color or a specific location, but they do tell us that it will probably be expensive, and I completely agree with them. I almost dropped my phone. Yeah, I agree with them. It's probably, even if the phone stays the same at $17.99 or even drops to $16.99, you assume that's probably gonna be the 256 variant, and then for 512, it's probably gonna be $100 more. And then for a terabyte, it's probably not gonna be 100 more than 256, it's probably gonna be 200 more. So you're probably looking at $19.99 for a 1 terabyte variant of the Galaxy Z Fold 4 phone. And you can't have everything. That's what I say. I don't know why phone manufacturers can't give us everything that we want, but they just don't. And this is at least something that a lot of people wanted, because these phones don't have micro SD card expansion, and they won't on the Z Fold 4. So having a huge amount of storage, such as 1 terabyte, is gonna be great for this phone, and it puts it in that, class of, you're paying a lot for a phone, give me a lot of storage. And I find this to be fantastic. I personally won't probably pick up the 1 terabyte variant, but I can see people that would definitely want it because they want to put a ton of games and music and movies and apps and everything else that's stored on your phone for that 1 terabyte. Our first story and only story of the day is about the Galaxy Z Flip 4. That's right, Galaxy Z Flip 4 is coming out with a massive storage amount for the first time ever, and here it is. This is coming out of Sam Mobile exclusive. They're saying the Galaxy Z Flip 4 will double their internal storage to a max of 512 gigabytes. It doesn't mean that's going to be the only variant. It doesn't mean that's going to be one of only 2 variants. It just means that they'll have 128, 256, and 512. Now, will the 512 be universally available everywhere in the world? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. Also, what are we talking about in terms of price? Well, price is $999 last year for the 128, and I think it was $1099 or $1049 or something for the 256. So for 512, my guess would be, I think it's going to be $1,200. I can see it maybe being $1,100, but I think it's going to be $1,200. Wouldn't even be surprised if it's $1,299, to be honest with you. So I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere in that range, probably about $1,199, $1,299, and then I would think the other prices would be, again, $999. If the prices drop by $100 each place, like if it comes out for $899 this year, and then it's $999 for the 256, and then maybe I can see it being $1099 for the 512 at that point, but we'll see. It's looking like it's definitely coming out though, which is great, because I know that there's people that love that phone as a device. I'm not one of them. It doesn't do anything for me. I can see you like to fold it up and it's cool, and maybe it fits a little bit better in your pocket, but I mean, it's like, dude, what does it do? I don't know. I always say it doesn't fix, to me, it doesn't fix a problem. Whereas the Z Fold 4 can literally be a regular phone or a big screen phone all at the same time. It's still a chunky phone, but it's gonna get skinnier, remember, with the Z Fold 4. So Z Flip 4, August release date, bunch of colors. I did a video recently about the 5 reasons to upgrade, so check that video out. But your first story of the day, Samsung Unpacked, release dates, everything. There's a lot of information, like I said, that came out about the Z Flip 4 and Fold 4. So without further ado, let's jump into that right now. So we've got John Prosser has dropped a couple of massive tweets the other day, actually yesterday, and I'm doing this video early this morning because of these tweets, and they came out after I had done my news video. But the first one of 2 threads says Samsung event launch dump, S22 launching in lavender on August 26th. So if you've been waiting for the S22 to come out in a purplish lavender color, it will be on August 26th. Fold 4 is going to come into the colors of Phantom Black, green, and beige. I'm probably gonna grab that green most likely. Announcement, pre-orders will come on August 10th. So you'll be able to hear the announcement and pre-order it the very same day, August 10th. And then it's going to launch on August 26th. So August 26th should be a Friday, and it is. So it's gonna launch on a Wednesday and then be released on a Friday. And then the Fold 4 will come out in graphite, Bora purple, pink gold, and blue. I wonder if that purple is going to be a BTS edition. Hopefully it will. It'd be kind of cool if it is. Announcement, pre-orders again on August 10th, and it'll launch on August 26th, so same day as the Fold 4. Be a very expensive day if you plan on getting both of those. Now let's jump into some Watch 5 information. Watch 5 40mm will come in colors of Phantom Black, silver, and pink gold. And then your Watch 5 44mm will come in Phantom Black, silver, and sapphire, which is like a bluish color. If you want the Watch 5 Pro 46mm, it'll come in Phantom Black and silver. And then announcement and pre-orders again August 10th, and launch date August 26th. So a lot of information about Unpacked there and release dates. So it's June 9th right now at the time of me releasing this video. I'm actually recording this June 8th, really late, 11 p.m. So when we look at that, what are we talking about here? We're talking about a phone that's Fold 4 wise, not going to come in any amazing colors. Unfortunately, nothing that I'm really gravitating towards. I would like a purplish kind of color or even a white, but I'm gonna have a case on it. It's not gonna really matter. I'm excited. August 10th is only literally 2 months away, almost to the day for that. August 26th is towards the end of the month. So everything's on pace. Doesn't seem like anything's being delayed. One thing that is potentially being delayed or we thought was going to happen is the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, which they're getting a little long in the tooth, not because they suck, but they've been out for a while. So I was brought to my attention by Chun, because Chun put out a couple of tweets saying Samsung didn't delay it from the very beginning. They didn't have any plan to release the Buds Pro 2 in the August Unpacked event, probably due to its late development. He said, as John Prosser tweeted out a few hours ago, only the Z Fold phones and Z Flip phones and the Watch 5 devices will debut on August Unpacked. No Buds Pro 2 at the event. However, it still will be released in the year, probably around the same time as Unpacked. I think he means probably a different Unpacked event later on in the year that those will be released. So all things considered, that day, I'll probably end up picking up definitely the Z Fold 4, potentially the Z Flip 4, just to grab it and do a video on it or two, and then honestly, I'll probably return it. I don't really need it. And then I will probably trade in, even though I don't wear it much, I'll probably trade in my Watch 4 Classic for a Watch 5 Pro. And then I would love for the Buds Pro 2 to come out, but obviously they're not, unfortunately. And then to add on to that, there is a new feature coming out to make multitasking easier on the Z Fold 4. And Ice Universe put out a tweet saying that the Fold 4 and Flip 4, actually I should have said the Flip 4 as well, will add swipe for split screen. So when you swipe first, you'll be able to swipe, you'll do like a swiping gesture, it sounds like, to do a split screen. So it sounds like it'll be easier, however they end up doing it, to end up giving you a easier multitasking experience rather than having to swipe over from here and choose the apps. It's not hard, but I mean, I think it potentially will be a little bit easier for everybody involved. And it has to do with, I think, a problem Samsung has had for a very long time. As you know, Samsung phones have definitely gotten faster, and the overall speed and feeling of the phone has definitely improved, and lag is usually pretty much a thing of the past at this point. I remember when I got my first few Samsung phones, they would run really well, and then after about a month or 2 months, it'd be lag city, they'd get hot, things like that. And it was a software thing because you'd use an iPhone. iPhones didn't have such issues, and a lot of other Android phones kind of did as well. Pixel phones came out and those were nice and smooth. And then again, Samsung kind of is now at a level now where there's zero lag, but they still don't necessarily feel like the fastest phones on the block. And a lot of it has to do with animations and just overall smoothness of the operating system. Well, it looks like that's going to change, and I mean that in a good way. So here's Alvin. Alvin's tweeting this out saying, it is reported that One UI 5 will bring significant improvements in animations as Samsung will optimize the animations to run faster and smoother than ever. One UI 5 is scheduled to be announced in October of 2022. So what does that mean for you and me? It means that the Galaxy phones, when they hit One UI 5, should feel very smooth, very fast. And again, they already do pretty much, but I mean, where I notice it is when I jump on a Pixel phone. Pixel phone feels faster and smoother. Or like a OnePlus phone, that feels faster and smoother. It might not necessarily open apps faster than a Galaxy phone, but just the overall usage of it, day-to-day stuff, feels a little bit toned down on a Galaxy phone. So I'm very much looking forward to this. So first story of the day is about a product we thought was going to be delayed, but it's actually gone into production, meaning that it should be released alongside the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4. And here it is. This is the tweet. It's coming from Max Jamber. Max Jamber's got a great track record, and he's saying that the Galaxy Buds Pro 2 / Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, whatever they're going to be called, have entered production today. Now, we've heard that these are going to be delayed or going to be pushed back a little bit, maybe into later on this year. But it looks like if they're going into production, they've got to be released. So it's looking like the Galaxy Buds Pro 2 are going to be released in August alongside the Z Flip 4, Fold 4, Watch 5, and Watch 5 Pro. And this is great news because when I get my trading credits or whatever they end up doing for credits when you do a pre-order, definitely picking these up. I love my Buds Pros, and if you can make them better with the Buds Pro 2, I'm all for it. So very exciting news and great news at that. And some more great news, this time about the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4, and it's kind of just a reminder. It's not like breaking news, and it's news that you might have forgotten, but I think every single iteration, if I remember correctly, has used the Snapdragon processor from Qualcomm in the flip and folding phones. They have not used Exynos processor, or if they have, they haven't done it in a while. And you gotta remember, the Fold 4 is also going to use the new Snapdragon processor. Ice Universe put out a tweet yesterday saying, fortunately, the Z Fold 4 and Flip 4 use the Snapdragon 8 Plus processor globally, and European users can experience the excellent Snapdragon processor. They are sure to find a huge gap between the Exynos version. So if you have the, an S22 phone and it has the Exynos processor and you're very underwhelmed by it, well, you can look forward to grabbing a Flip 4 or a Fold 4 with the Snapdragon processor, which is the same one as us Americans and a lot of other places in the world also get. So very, very good news. Your first story of the day has to do with the Galaxy Buds Pro 2. Remember, we talked about these yesterday because previously it was like, hey, they're coming out, and then it was like, nope, not coming out. They're going to come out later on in the year. And then we heard yesterday that it looks like they are coming out, and they actually might be coming out earlier than expected, aka before the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Flip 4 come out because of this. This is a tweet from Snoopy Tech. Snoopy Tech is saying that the Galaxy Buds Pro 2 are going to come in the colors of Zenith White, Zenith Bora Purple, Zenith Graphite. They're awful names. I hate that word Zenith in there, but I'd go with the purple ones if I had to. And then beyond that, he does also say that the retail listings are popping up, but not the folds and the watches. Buds could come sooner than expected. Retail listing says available in the beginning of July. So if that rings to be true, then that means that they would come out in about 1 month, maybe even less than a month before you'd get the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, which kind of puts you in a dilemma, because if you're thinking about buying the Galaxy Z Fold 4 or Flip 4, most definitely you're probably going to get a trade-in credit of some sort, and that all ties in with a video I released earlier today where I talked about the trade-in values and the expected credits that you'll receive when you pre-order those devices. So click on the link down below for that video. But ultimately, should you buy the Buds first if they do come out early, or should you wait and then potentially get them for free or reduced cost if you pre-order the Z Fold 4 or Flip 4? That's kind of the dilemma, but very cool stuff. I'm looking forward to these. My favorite Buds currently, so if you can give me the second ones, come on Samsung, let's do it. Next story is about the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and some real life images that have leaked out, and they're coming from another YouTube channel, Tech Talk TV, which I'll link this video down below if you want to watch it. But he says, here's the first real look at Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 4. I also have a short video of the front, information about its battery life, cameras, and more on my YouTube channel. Here's the links to the video. And ultimately, this is one of the major things that popped out about it, because we've been talking about the hinges are supposed to be reduced and improved, but the screen itself, so when the screen's wide open, you have it flat, do you see any kind of crease? And not really. It's definitely supposed to be less of a crease, and the crease, at least in this image, is really, really hidden. It looks very, very impressive. In terms of the specs and all that, if you've I'm assuming you've been following me through all this journey, and it's the same specs we've been talking about, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 Plus, the camera that you would expect with the 12 megapixels and all that stuff. But I think, again, one of the major things to take away is the crease is greatly reduced. Your question of the day is, what do you think the most impressive thing about the Z Flip 4 is? Let me know in the comments down below. With that said, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. First question from default user says, can you notice a difference in text sharpness between the S22 Ultra and the Z Fold 3? I don't. No, not necessarily. I don't. I do when I take a photo though. If I take a photo with both cameras, and I look at them both on the screen, that's where I notice differences in sharpness and things like that. And our last question from Jeremias Rubio, do you know where I could go about fixing my cracked screen for a better value of trade-in, and will it make a big difference whether I fix it or not? How much would it be to fix the screen? So if you're talking about your Z Fold 3, I should say, hopefully you have some kind of insurance. If you don't, then I believe it's like $300 to fix the screen, if I'm not mistaken. I don't fully remember. And then getting it fixed, I'd probably bring it to a reputable place. Either I'd go directly through Samsung or through one of their vendors that actually does it. Any other phone, I'd probably be okay with getting it fixed almost anywhere else. But with that said though, will it help your trade-in values? Potentially, but then potentially not. It might not be worth it. So we don't fully know what the trade-in value will be with a cracked screen versus not cracked screen. If you go by the past, it's hundreds of dollars, where it almost equals out to get it fixed versus not getting it fixed. So hopefully that answered your question. Thank you so much, guys, for your questions. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.